or 1 hour, taking your calls, talking all things Disney, and just having a good time because we were not here on Sunday night. So we're going to fill in and get this show together, take your calls, and have a fun live call-in show. And we'll put this show out as usual on Thursday on the feed. So you get your 4 shows and we have our fun. So Katie is in the live chat. She had a successful full marathon down in Little Rock, Arkansas. Congratulations to Katie. That was awesome seeing that. I saw Lonnie was down there running that marathon as well down in Little Rock. Congratulations to both of them. That's awesome. And of course, I signed up for a half marathon this Saturday here in St. Louis, and it's going to be in the 20s. And I am not going to run. I am going to skip it. I will run it on the treadmill here at my house. But I am not running outside in the 20s on Saturday. And it's going to snow Friday. So no thanks. Passing. Oh, I need to hook up the computer so I can take your calls. So hang tight, everybody, and I will be right back. I'll be sitting right here so you can see me. I'll be right here. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, mercy. Old soda can. Plug this in here. That goes there. This goes here. We're getting there. We're almost there. We're going to start the stop at the top of the hour. Yes, Scotty G's not joining us because he is in the championship ball game tonight. O's are in the lead. Let's see here. USB device. USB. All right. All righty then. All right. So let's say hi to everybody. Hey to Katie. Hey to Lisa. Hey to Alfred. Margie is here. Love seeing Margie in the chat. Carly's here from Disney with the Ducks. Corwin of Amber, yes, from our friend out on the West Coast is here. How you doing? Yeah, Katie, if it does, I might run. But right now, I'm going to pick up my bib on Friday in my jacket, but I'm not planning on being there for the race on Saturday. I'm too old to run in the 20s anymore. I just don't enjoy that. So it's fine. Scotty G. Hey, Brenda, how you doing, Brenda? And Emily. Emily, good question. We'll talk about that. And if you have questions, we are going to answer questions in the live chat. So if you have questions, I will tackle questions. I have some in the inbox that we'll talk about, some emails that I want to hit. And spread the message, though, on social media that we are live, just so we can spread the word, because we don't usually record on Tuesday nights. We are going to do a Sunday night show, too, with Scott. But I just threw this on him here at the last second. I said, Scott, I'm going to do a live show in 15 minutes. And Scott hasn't had dinner, and he's got a baseball game to play tonight. What's up, Scott Wortman? Not much. We'll start here in about 2 minutes. Let everybody get in. Grab your favorite beverage, and let's hang out for an hour. There's not a whole lot going on TV tonight. Basketball really hasn't started the conference tournaments. I think most of them start tomorrow. I just cracked open a new one, and this one's not done. So we will get cracking here, and hopefully everything sounds okay. We'll see. We got all the new stuff hooked up here in the studio. Oh, I got to do this. Let's see. Bank 2 sounds there. Good. And you can thank my daughter Mallory for tonight's live show, because she has a private tumbling lesson from 7:30 to 8:30. So I'm here by myself while she's tumbling. I had an hour while my wife takes her to tumbling. So here we are, and there's nothing on TV. So we shall hang out. Let's see if there's any news on the Mouse for Less. I doubt it, because Ricky's been out of town. No new news. Let's see. Let's check Cruise Line. Nothing there. Disneyland. Let's see what we got going to Disneyland. Not much there. Not much. Hey, what's up, Adam? Roll Tide. Long time no see. Yeah. Hopefully Mallory gets her back handspring because high school, can you believe this? High school cheer tryouts are in less than a month and she needs that back handspring. She's close. She's had it before. She's just having a mental block right now. So hopefully we get that back handspring. We've spent tons and tons of money on private lessons and we'll see how it goes. Yes, Lisa, I get it, man. Those post-Disney blues are the worst. They're the worst. I haven't been there since January, since Marathon. Get to go back in, what's today, the 8th? I go back on the 28th, so I get to go in 20 days for spring surprise weekend. But I will be needing your calls because I do not want to talk for an hour. I already recorded Mike in the Midwest earlier today, so I've already done one show. I got that. So we were just listening to 90s on 9. We went to grab dinner real quick before the show, and that Balyamos song by, I can't remember, whoever, Iglesias was on. Now it's stuck in my head. All right, it's 1 minute after the top of the hour. Let's quit singing 90 songs and let's do a live call-in show. All right, let's see here. Let's do this.
Ready to take.
Whoa. Here we go. Let's do this.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Well, hey, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday Night Live here on Facebook and YouTube. It's a surprise Be Our Guest podcast live call-in show. That's right. You thought we weren't going to have one this week, and I did too, because we were out of town on Sunday night. We were coming home from a big cheer competition up in Schaumburg, Illinois, but we are here. We couldn't miss the show for the feed on your Thursday, so if you're listening here on the feed, happy Thursday to you. We've almost made it to the weekend. It's Friday Eve, wherever you're tuned in, and we're going to make it. We're going to have a great weekend, but it's cold here in the Midwest again. It's up, it's down, it's all around. It's going to snow here in Missouri tomorrow, and I have a half marathon scheduled for Saturday, which probably is not going to happen. I mean, it will happen. I doubt I'm going to be out there running. I'll probably be on my treadmill. So we'll see how things go. But we're here to talk Disney for the next hour here live again on Facebook and YouTube. And we'll be taking your calls at 407-413-9395. 407-413-9395. So if you want to give me a call and talk Disney, again, we're going to be talking Disney tonight. That's the focus of the conversation. We talk Disney on this show. So if you have questions about a Walt Disney World vacation, a Disney cruise vacation, Disneyland, whatever you have, let's have it tonight. So we're going to do that. But I thought I would start today's show off with an email that I've been trying to get to, but it just didn't fit into this week's listener question show on Wednesday. And I want to hit this. This was from listener Betsy, and it's kind of a quick recap of her Princess Half Marathon trip. And I wanted to get this out there so that everybody could kind of get a little feedback from one of our listeners who listens to the show each and every week, every podcast. And she's a big supporter of the podcast. So she says, "Hey, BOGP crew. Over the past few months, I've asked a few questions about my February trip with my daughter, and I thought I'd give you some feedback since I did take your advice. I'll try to make it quick. First, we did end up staying in a princess-themed room at Port Orleans Riverside instead of the Grand Destino Towers. The trip was for my daughter's 10th birthday, so we could do the princess runs. The room definitely stayed with the princess theme, and she absolutely loved all the princess touches. And she fell asleep and woke up with the fireworks going off on her headboard. And let me just tell you, if you've never stayed in these princess rooms, they're called royal guest rooms if you're looking for them online at Riverside. They are really, really cool. They're really nice. Plus, and here's the thing, they're really centrally located at the resort. So you get a great location guaranteed if you stay in the royal guest rooms. And they have if you don't know, they have the fiber optic fireworks in the headboard of the beds. And I'm telling you what, I've stayed in these rooms a few times over the years, and I just cannot stop pushing the button. It is so very cool. Betsy continues. We did use Genie Plus 2 out of the 5 days, and it was fabulous. I think I cracked the Genie Plus code. On this Saturday, the 10K, I went on a few minutes after 7 a.m. and got a Slinky Dog time for the evening. We had already decided we wanted to have a pool day, so this was perfect. Every 2 hours, once the park opened, I looked and grabbed another lightning lane. I ended up getting every single ride we wanted between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Slinky Dog, Toy Story Mania, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Tower, and Rock and Roller Coaster. They allowed the times to overlap. That's how I was able to get it all in. We even snuck in the Frozen sing-along and snacks at Baseline Tap House. Every 2 hours, I had to keep refreshing the screen, but I never spent more than 7 to 8 minutes on it. It was an extremely busy week at the park, so I thought I'd let people know it is possible to do it all. We had a great pool day and got to Hollywood Studios at 5 p.m. Lastly, I have to say, Pam hits me in the feels when she answered my question about whether Capture Your Moment was worth it. I can't remember her exact words, but it had to do with not missing the moment in time and really getting personalized service. Boy, was she right. We had an appointment on Sunday morning, 9:45, and our photographer, Taylor, and the photos are so worth it. Somehow the photos didn't have many people in the background. It was well worth it in the 20 minutes. And in 20 minutes, we got 3 locations and 83 pictures. If anyone wants to do a wardrobe change, there really isn't time for that. But we had a change of clothes on under our dresses. To Taylor's amazement, we did a quick change at the end of the session to include our running clothes and medals. The session really is just 20 minutes, but they make the most of it. Thanks again for all your help and guidance. We love listening and are thankful for the family-friendly content. We wanted you to know your answers are taken to heart and appreciated. Have a great week, Betsy and Caroline. And they did send me some pictures, and I'm telling you what, because they sent me pictures to complement this email. They were awesome. I mean, they were awesome. So Capture Your Moment. Yes. Here's the thing about Memory Maker, in my opinion. Here's the thing about Memory Maker and Capture Your Moment. And we'll talk about Genie Plus tonight too a little bit. But you can't go back to the time, for example, with Betsy. She can't go back to the time her daughter has her 10th birthday. That is a one-shot deal. Do you want to document that? Do you want to have this celebration at Walt Disney World? Do you want to be able to capture? I mean, it's a perfect name. Do you want to capture that moment in time of her daughter and Betsy's too, this shared moment they're having at that Run Disney Princess weekend? It was Caroline's first 5K, to have those memories that they can look back on when she goes away to college, to say, remember that weekend in February of 2022, we ran our first Run Disney weekend. We stayed in that royal guest room at Riverside. We really kind of gamed the system over there at Hollywood Studios that day and did so many rides in such a short amount of time. But the pictures are kind of what bring you back. Without the pictures, the stories are hard to remember. But when you go to the pictures and you have these almost professionally done photography, like these photographs by Taylor in this case, cast member Taylor with Capture Your Moment, I think it's totally worth it. Now, having the Memory Maker is kind of essential because that's what gets you those 83 pictures, because that's how you get access to the pictures. But I think it is well worth it. And I'm glad Betsy took the time to give us the feedback. And here's what I would say. She had a decision. Do you stay in the royal guest rooms over Riverside or go Grandestino Towers? Grandestino Towers is way more deluxe than the Riverside rooms, but they were there for Princess Weekend, and it kind of met the whole theme of the weekend. So what would you do? But I just wanted to kind of lead that off. I just thought that was a very heartwarming email, and I wanted to get that out there this week. And I thought this was a good way to start off the show for a conversation piece and also get this on the podcast right away because it is timely. All right, 407-413-9395. Let me see if we have a call. And we do. And we have our first caller. It looks like it's Fulton. Fulton, how's it going tonight, buddy? What's going on?
Hey.
Fulton, what's going on? Good to have you on the show. Well, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Mike. Been busy at work.
Working at the movie theater?
Yeah.
Well, busy's good. It makes the time go by quick.
It absolutely does, yeah.
That's right. So what else has been going on?
Let's see. Me and my girlfriend and my mom got in a bad car accident.
Oh, no. Is everybody okay?
Yeah, we're okay.
That's good. That's good. You can replace cars and stuff like that, but you can't replace people. I'm glad you're okay.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, and I guess yeah, it's been a busy week for us.
So when we talk about Disney, have you ever stayed at you guys go down to Disney, right?
We went to Disney. It was 2017 when we went.
What do you remember what hotel it was?
I think it's like the Awesome Music.
Very nice.
Hotel?
I love that hotel. That's a nice one. It's got like the big drum set and it's got the tom drums. That's a fun hotel. I love that place. When I stay at the All Stars, I stay at Music. That's my place.
Yeah, it's a good place to do.
It is. All right. So anything else going on? Because if not, we're going to go on to the next call because I got a lot of them coming in tonight.
Nothing much. What you been up to?
Not much. Working, taking my daughter to cheerleading and getting ready to watch some basketball, I think.
Who's playing tonight?
Nobody tonight. That's why I'm here. But maybe tomorrow. I think I'm getting ready for hopefully baseball soon. Hopefully we have some baseball.
Yeah, come to the movie theater where I work. You've been to the one in Noblesville?
I have not been to a movie theater since the last movie I saw at a movie theater was Rise of Skywalker. So that's probably been at least 3 or 4 years. I just don't go to the movies very much. I'm a sports guy.
Yeah.
But I would like to visit I'd like to visit your movie theater.
They got the Batman movie out and it's like 3 hours for that movie.
Yeah, I've heard it's long. Do you get to kind of drop in and see parts of it? How's that work at the theater?
Well, I get the free 9 movie tickets every single month.
Sweet.
And then I get the free popcorn and the free drink.
I'd like the popcorn and the drinks better than the movies. That's why I'd be working there.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably come see me sometime and I can get you in.
Hey, Fulton, I promise. Next time I get out your way out to Indy, I'll make sure I swing by. All right, buddy?
Yeah, it's behind those, which is Beagle.
Okay. All right. Now, because I know there's a Zaxby's right there, and I love Zaxby's right on that main street. So I'll have to get some Zaxby's for dinner and come see a movie.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Sounds good to me. All right, but you take care and tell the family I said hello, and we'll talk maybe Sunday night.
I will.
All right, take care, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good, Mike.
All right, 407-413-9395. My good friend Fulton, I love talking to him out in Noblesville, Indiana, working in the movie theater. He's got the Batman running. He gets free popcorn. My dream. All right, next call on the line. I believe we're heading to New York City. I think it's New York City with Alfred. Alfred, what's going on tonight?
Hey, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing great. We missed you on Sunday night, so here we are on Tuesday night. So hopefully this works out for you.
I love
it. Good.
I hope you do more of these.
Well, it's because, one, there was nothing on TV tonight at all, so I had nothing to watch, and my daughter usually her cheer practices at 6. Tonight it's at 7:30, so it all worked out. So we're here. Yes.
Yeah. I got spoiled back in the pandemic.
My wife and I were just talking about that tonight at dinner. 2 years ago, this week was the last normal week that we had.
Yeah.
And then we talked about how for that next month to 6 weeks was where that was the severe lockdown where we did the community check-ins. That's kind of where it all came together.
Yeah. Every night.
Every night. That was unbelievable.
I loved it.
I can't believe we did that. I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh, man, we had nothing to do. So what's going on?
Oh, not too much. Waiting for snow to start.
Yeah, that's we're getting some Friday. I'm over the snow.
Yeah. Now you mentioned, I forget what it was the other day, I think, that it was warm for 2 days and then your temperatures plummeted.
Yes. Yep.
And it happened here. We were warm Sunday, Monday, and today it plummeted. And now tomorrow we're having snow.
Yep, this time of year. But next week it's going to be back in the 60s and 70s here. So just got to make it through.
God.
The one day I'm running The one day though, I spent like $70 to sign up for a half marathon. It's going to be in the 20s. So that's how it goes,
Yeah.
right? That's totally how things go. But so what's going on with Disney? Let's get some Disney out here for everybody that tuned in on Thursday. Say some Disney talk. So what do you got? Give me a topic. What do you want to talk about?
All right. Well, I love that email that she sent.
Yeah, Betsy's awesome.
Yeah. I think I would agree with her in picking the princess rooms
Okay.
over Grandestino. So even though I haven't stayed at either, I just think what you said was perfect. Like, you're there for Princess Weekend, you're gonna do princess rooms with it. So it's a perfect theming.
I agree. For the week, yeah, for Princess, it kind of keeps everything. Here's the thing. I've done this for a cruise, right? So I don't have the money to stay at the Polynesian, but before a cruise one time, we stayed at Caribbean Beach because it kind of kept the whole feel, right? I mean, it was like palm trees, sandy beaches around that lagoon. It was that Caribbean feel. And we were going on a Caribbean cruise. So we stayed there 2 nights before the cruise, and that was the theme of the whole trip. Kind of the same thing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, but what I wanted to talk about tonight is this Genie Plus and using the app, and how does it work for people that are disabled?
See, now I don't have any firsthand knowledge with this because I haven't used it obviously with DAS, but here's the thing. From what I've been told is that well, I mean, you tell me, explain how the system works for you without Genie Plus when you use it or when you used it before. The last time you used it, how does it work? And then I can tell you probably how we can get this, how it would work.
Basically, I would go up to a cast member and ask for a return time. And they would tell me what time to come back.
Okay, so
now you can't get another time until you use that one you have.
Okay, so is that return time digital? Like, is it in your, how do they document the return time for you?
Yes, it's on your Magic Band.
Okay, so it's on your band. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would think, again, this is a good question because I don't know. I'd have to ask Pam and Ricky. They would know better than I. Because I honestly, I haven't gone on many attractions since Genie Plus started. I was there in October, but the same time you were, but I didn't go on I didn't hardly go on any rides. I was there just to be there. And then the next time I was there was Wine and Dine. I was there only for like 36 hours because of the race. And on marathon weekend, I only did 3 rides. So I've been there and I haven't used Genie Plus just because I haven't done any attractions on any of these trips.
Right.
Well,
Genie Plus started after the 50th trip.
That's right.
It started in like November.
No, it started in October. I think it started before. I think it was there for the 50th. I think. Was it not?
No, it was right after that, I think.
Yeah, I think it might have started like around the 10th or the 12th or something of October. It was right. Yeah. It was right. It was in October. It was right after it. You're right, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just haven't had I know, like, I mean, I know all the technicalities of it, but in practicality with like combining it with the DAS, I would imagine that you can use both because I would think you would still be able to schedule the Genie Plus Lightning Lane attractions as they come around. I would think you would still be able to use both. I mean, at the same time, I would assume if I think about it.
Yeah. See, what I'm thinking is you don't have to do both because you could put in your time. The thing I heard was, I think that they allow you to book your first one of the day on Genie.
Well, at 7 a.m. you can book your first Genie Plus. I know that from your hotel.
Yeah. And I think that's the same with GAS.
It would make sense. I mean, it would be, the more consistency you can have, the more sense it would make, right? For everybody, I would think.
Right. But I'm like, is there a point for me to do that or just stick with what I know?
It's a good question. I got to think that through because, well, with DIS though, you physically have to go to the attraction and check it with the cast member, correct? To get the return time?
Correct. Yeah.
You don't have to do that with Genie Plus.
But Genie Plus you have to pay for.
You do. You're right. $15 a person a day.
Yeah. I'm not willing to pay that.
And
I'm
plus,
cheap like
you can,
in a way.
you're right, but I mean, you can also bank those Genie Plus experience, like Betsy explained in hers, like how she banked them, kind of built them up every couple of hours, and then took advantage of them later in the day. You can do that.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, there's advantages
It's
to
very
both, but
confusing.
yeah, they're because they're not the same. There's not the same goal. I think with DAS, it's kind of an alternate way to do a standby, right? I don't think it's any DAS.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I'm not there. This is true because this is how we're told in training is that DAS is not a fast pass system. It is not a lightning lane system. It's an alternative system to wait out the standby line in a more accommodating location, like a quieter location, a more comfortable location. That's the goal of DAS. But the goal of Genie Plus is to shorten your wait time. Yeah.
You are online waiting your turn.
Yes. You're just it's basically like a virtual queue is what it is for you, as you're waiting it out.
Right. Yeah. So you could go on another ride or you can get lunch, whatever, you could shop, anything like that while you're waiting.
Yes. And I'm sure Disney likes that because I think that's why they like that's why they like Fast Pass. I mean, I was told back when Fast Pass first came out that it wasn't necessarily to get people on the rides quicker. I mean, it was a bonus, but it was that it took people out of physical lines and got them into stores and restaurants, and while they were kind of virtually waiting out the time to get on an attraction, they were, because you're not spending money when you're standing in a line. So I mean, that's kind of a backhanded way to kind of get people out of, I hate to say that, but I mean, you could be ordering, a Coke or in a Dole Whip instead of standing in that line with that DAS.
Right. You're spending money.
Right. I mean, I never thought about it. That's why I love having these conversations because I never thought about it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The next thing, I have my trip on the books for April. I mentioned it to you. And the other day, I think it was Sunday, I went on and I started changing times for my dining reservations. And believe it or not, everything worked out even better now than it did previously.
Dude, hallelujah. When you said you changed things, I got nervous. I got a little cold sweat here in my hoodie.
Yeah, well, I modified. Okay, so, one day I had breakfast and lunch within an hour and a half of each other.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that. No.
No, but I didn't want to cancel.
Right.
So I went on and I was able to make the breakfast 2 hours earlier, I think it was. So, but now I have to do a 7:40 reservation. But that's fine. You don't sleep on vacation.
Shoot, 7:40 for me is like almost lunchtime. I get up at 5.
No, I don't get up at 5. I can get up at 6.
Okay. So what's your best ADR you're looking forward to next month?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. Oh my goodness, there's so many that I got that were great. Let me think now for a second. I might have to say Steakhouse 71.
Good call. Yeah. Yes, I got to get back there. Hopefully over spring.
It was that good.
It was that good. It's good. And I liked everything I had and everything everybody else had. We all got different stuff. I've been there twice. And everything everybody else got looked just as good, if not better than what I had. And my stuff was awesome.
Okay.
I can't remember what I got. I got Salisbury steak. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Now, what were the portions like? Were they big portions or small?
No, they were large. I mean, they weren't huge, but they were definitely generous. Now, again, I was there right when it opened. So the way everybody knows this, the way at Disney, when a restaurant first opens, they're very generous with their portions, and then it usually gets smaller and smaller and smaller as time goes on. So who knows what it is now, but yeah, they were definitely fine. They were decent sized. I will say, if you like chocolate cake, they have the best chocolate cake. It is about 6 inches tall. It is so good.
Wow.
It's like 9 layers or something. Oh, so good.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Oh, mercy. It is awesome.
I love chocolate cake, but I can't do it.
It's so good.
So,
It's so good.
I'm actually doing it for lunchtime.
Yep. The mac and cheese is super good if you're a mac and cheese fan too.
Yeah, I like
it's a
that.
side. It's
Maybe
like
I'll do that with a small steak.
Yeah. Somebody actually, listener Erica was down there yesterday. That's exactly what she had: steak and a mac and cheese. Oh, so good.
Really?
Yeah, she took a picture of it. Looks so good.
That sounds good. And the other thing that I gonna enjoy is Boma.
Boma's good. When I eat at Boma, I eat till I'm in pain for like the next 49 hours.
Exactly.
It's I have no self-discipline
The
in
thing
that place.
is, that one is a late one. That's 8:10 at night.
Oh, you're gonna be hurting for the next 3 days after. You will not sleep that night.
Exactly.
Oh, you're in pain.
And what I have to do is I'm gonna have to eat slow and take my time and maybe do 10 trips.
Yeah, they're gonna have to you'll be the last one in the restaurant. They'll have to kick you out.
Yeah. And I'll have to tip them well. But,
yeah,
but I just love the food.
Sir, we start serving breakfast in 2 hours. You must go. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Yes.
Yeah. Now, I also have peaches and cream for dinner.
Good call. Good call.
What do you recommend eating there?
Oh my gosh, I get the chili cheese dog. Now that's a stomachache waiting to happen, right? It's because I get the chili cheese dog and some fries, and then I get an ice cream. I get like a No Way Jose for dessert. But I mean, I'm telling you what
is
self-abuse.
No Way Jose?
It's just like it's chocolate and peanut butter ice cream, like mixed. It's like chocolate ice cream, some peanut butter, and some chocolate syrup and stuff. It is so good, but it is.
Oh my God.
It's amazing. Basically, in ice cream form, it is amazing, but it is. I mean, think about that though. A chili cheese hot dog, French fries, and then that ice cream. And it is huge. It is not small. It is gigantic. Yeah, it's self.
So maybe the ice cream should be my dinner.
It could be, yeah, totally. It's probably 7,000 calories in itself. I mean, I don't even want to think about it.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not good.
Who has is it there that has the kitchen sink?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, they're the kitchen sink place. And when somebody gets it, the lights go on, the siren lights, they turn out, the restaurant goes dark.
It does?
Oh yeah, they make a show of it when they bring it out.
Wow.
We've gotten it twice you got to have like 8 people or so. We've gotten it when we've had friends with us. And honestly, it's more for the show than the ice cream because it starts melting and it's all these different weird flavors kind of all melting together. And if you don't eat it quickly, it's a big mess.
Right.
So it's more for the picture and the show than the actual taste. If you just want to have good ice cream, get the No Way Jose. That's your best bet.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. The kitchen sink, if you had more people, might be worth it as a meal.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially if say you had like a late lunch or something. Totally. I mean, you're on vacation. You can have ice cream for dinner. I mean, who's gonna?
Yeah.
Your mom's not gonna tell you not to. Just don't tell.
Yeah. The other thing I got was Ale and Compass breakfast.
Good call. They brought back the buffet there too, and I like that. Yeah.
How is the buffet?
It's good. It's got all kinds of stuff on it: hot items, savory items, some like sticky buns, and all kinds of sweets. Yeah, pastries. That's solid.
Yeah, and you get to pick an entree that they bring to you, correct?
Yes. It's kind of like it's very much like a Palo on the cruise line. It's kind of the same thing.
Okay.
It's very, very good. But don't tell too many people. It's one of my go-tos, and it's an easy ADR to get.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I got it right.
I know. So let's keep that on the down. Okay, everybody listening tonight and everybody on the feed, Ale and Compass. That's our secret.
Yep. And I got 50's prime time for lunch.
Okay.
But it's one reason I'm going.
Why is that?
I need to try that peanut butter and jelly shake.
So one of the best things at Walt Disney World. I love that sucker. I'd have it every day if I could. Oh, I love it. That's so good.
Because I've eaten here so many times. It's like I don't need to go there. But the last time I was there, I forgot to get the shake, and I tried to get it to go, and they said no because of the pandemic.
They'll let you get it to go now. If you, I mean, they I don't think the tune-in lounge is open still, but if you're having dinner there, they'll let you get it to go now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
because when I was down in January, Ben Lappin got me one to go. He was having dinner there, and he got me one to go. So because I didn't have an ADR, he hooked me up.
Mm-hmm. So I really lucked out. I got a lot of great things. So I'm looking forward to it.
You're gonna have a good trip. It's gonna be fun. We'll have a good time talking about it. So, hey, I gotta roll. I gotta roll because I got other people calling in. But we'll be back Sunday night. We'll be taking your calls.
All right, excellent.
All right, good talking to you, Alfred. You have a good week. It'll be a short one, 5 days. We'll be together again.
Yep.
All right, have a good one. Thanks for the great call. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All righty, 407-413-9395. 407-413-9395. Nothing like Alfred calling in with the beaches and cream and ale and compass and peanut butter and jelly shakes. I mean, now I have a sweet tooth here in the studio, so I'm going to take a quick sip of my Coke Zero and wish I was having ice cream. But let's get to the next call. Here we go. All right, we have our next call on the line. Hey, who's joining us? Thanks for calling in.
Hi, this is Marcy from Chicago.
Hey, Marcy, I was just in your fine city just about 48 hours ago. What's going on?
Yeah, you're actually very close to the office that I go into sometimes. It's on Meacham Road.
Yes. So is your office in that? I love that building that was across the street from our hotel. It's like a bunch of rectangles stacked on each other.
No, that's the Zurich building. So we're like in between those two. So
I love that building. It just looks like somebody took a bunch of rectangular prisms and just like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, it has really cool walking and running trails in that area. That you can do.
I didn't even have it. I just ran on the treadmill there in the hotel, the Renaissance, and just looked out over there, whatever. I guess it's Highway 80. I don't know, some highway right there outside the window. So that's all I did all weekend. It was a great town. Portillo's, Giordano's Pizza, and Uncle Julio's. So we ate it up while we were there.
Oh, yeah. We are the debate is Giordano's or Lou Malnati's, and we're Lou Malnati's with the butter crust.
Yeah, okay, so that's what we were told. Everybody's like, because everybody the cheer competition was like either saying you got to get Giordano's, or they'd be like Giordano's is trash. You got to go to Lou's places. And the funniest thing is, on the way home from Chicago on Sunday night, that Lou whatever pizza followed me on Twitter. So I don't know how they found me, but they followed me. So now I feel like when we go back next time to cheer, Lou, you got me. I'm coming to your place. I'm going to check it out. So I'm ready. So yeah, I love your place. So what's going on? Sorry, we had to talk a little Chicago there.
Yeah, no, we have a question. So we have a trip coming up in June, and you helped us book it.
Absolutely.
It's an adults only trip. So we don't have kids, but the couple that we're going with does have kids. But so this is a trip without kids, and we were debating Caribbean or Coronado, and I finally convinced them Coronado.
Correct call.
And so it looks like, based on flight times, we're actually going to fly in really late the night before we check into Disney property. So we're going to fly in on a Wednesday night, stay off property. We'll check in on Thursday at Disney property, but then can we take advantage of early access to the parks on our check-in day if we're not officially checked in yet?
Yes, you should be able to, because you're checking in that day. Now the trick is, okay, so here, let's think about the logistics of this, because they are going to check your Magic Band, but your Magic Band should, because that's your check-in day, so you should be fine. Part of me though, like again, I am always pessimistic about these things, and here's why. I mean, Marcy, because I know you guys go quite often. So how many times have you gotten, I don't know if you do this or not, but I mean, I'm about 50-50. Sometimes I think I'm very sometimes I'm optimistic, and I say, okay, I'm getting off the bus back in Magical Express days, and I've already got my text, my room's ready, and I'll go directly to my room, and I hit my Magic Band and it doesn't open the door. It's about 50-50 for me. Like, it would work sometimes and sometimes it wouldn't. And I'd end up having to walk back to the desk, have them fix my Magic Band. And then lately I just go through the check-in line and just have them check my Magic Band just so I can, because it's just not worth it, especially at Pop Century, like walking all the way there and back if it don't work. So part of me is just like, oh, I'd want to almost go through Coronado real quick and just like physically tell them that you're there so they can scan you in? You know, like before you would go to the park. I know that's a huge hassle though. I don't know. Like, would that be doable
Yeah.
from where you are or not? I mean, that could be a hassle.
We'll have a car, so we could definitely do that.
You could drop your luggage then,
and we could
too.
also, drop our luggage off. And we could also, if they didn't let us in, I mean, you could go grab a Starbucks or something while you're killing time when you're already in the park. But I just know that they're going to want to like hit the ground running. So I thought, we might still be able to hit the early entry.
No, but you're 100% entitled to that early entry. You will get that. It's just a matter of, I think you're going to have better, and it should work with no problem without even going to Coronado, because it should be on your Magic Band. That's your check-in day. You are an on-site guest for that day. You should get in. It should not be a problem without even swinging by. But if you swing by Coronado and just explain to them you want to go there, you're not, you don't have a room yet, they could maybe take your Magic Bands, make sure the system is recognized that you have arrived, that you're there. That should not matter. It should totally not matter. But that way you don't accidentally lose that 30 minutes, because I get what you're saying, because that 30 minutes is valuable. You're ahead of the crowd. You're like ahead of the wave the whole rest of the morning. So I get that. You don't want to waste it on Starbucks. Yeah. Come on now.
No, I don't want to. Yeah, they definitely are going to push us to a pace we're not used to going, I don't think.
So what are they looking forward to? It's fun going with other folks. I know you guys kind of go and just do your thing all the time, but like it's fun to go with other folks to see like what their goals are. So what are they talking about?
So we'll have a planning session for sure, but they are very into wanting to do the extreme ride, which we actually don't do, my husband and I. But they have kids who are 7 and 4, and so they've missed out on Rock and Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror, Rise of the Resistance, things like that. So they really want to do that, but they also want us to show them like Disney as adults. So she wants to do Kona breakfast. So we're definitely going to do that, and then hit up some of the lounges to kind of show what that's all about.
Yeah. And Kona brought back the Big Kahuna. I don't know if you heard that news. That was my favorite item. That was gone forever. Like it just disappeared. They had some,
they told
fake
us it was
Big
part
Kahuna.
of the 50th special, because they had the steak and eggs and short rib hash, and we got both of those, and it was excellent. So it's so good.
So I don't know if I retweeted this on Twitter or not, but one of our listeners, somebody I booked, was down at Kona, I think 2 weeks ago, and there was a special at Kona it was breakfast actually, and the meal was only like $11 or something, and they had a huge breakfast because it was like a 50th anniversary deal. Is that what you're talking about? I mean, it was like ridiculously
cheap. I sent
cheap.
you a copy of our receipt.
That was you. That was you.
But
Okay, yeah, that was you.
But it wasn't $11.
Or it was something like super cheap.
We ended up with 3 entrees, and the fresh pressed coffee, and it was $56, which I know that sounds like a lot, but for 3 entrees,
no, that's
and
crazy
coffee,
cheap. Disney prices. Yeah. Because I couldn't believe that. I was like, okay, that's crazy for Kona, because for 3 people and coffee at Kona, it's going to be at least $100. At least $100. So that's a good deal. And because I love Kona.
We had Ale and Compass the day before, and I think I know it was much more than that.
That's good. Yeah. My problem. So I'm going down now. Are you guys? Because I know you guys run the races. Are you doing Spring Surprise?
I'm not. My dad is, but
Okay.
I'm not doing it.
I signed up I got FOMO. I wasn't going to, I don't know if you heard the story, but like, I wasn't going to run Princess. I wasn't going to run Spring Surprise. I was going to have a break. I was going to do marathon. I was going to take a break and just, reassess and it wine and dine next year. But then everybody was at Princess, and Scott was, sending all these pictures and updates, and I'm watching him on Find My Friends. He's at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and I see him at Epcot getting ready to run the races. FOMO's real, man. When all your friends are down there, and by the end of dinner Friday night, I had already gotten a bib. I had gotten a room at Pop Century, and so I'll be down there. But yeah, it's one of those things like, Scott had already made all these plans because he booked this like back in November. So he's got all these ADRs and everything. So I'm like trying to tag on, and I don't know what I'm going to do. So who knows, but I'll be down there. But it's one of those things like, oh man, maybe I'll just go over to Kona by myself. Because I don't mind doing that. I'm not above it. I could have a Big Kahuna by myself and be the happiest guy in the world. I don't care. Doesn't bother me.
For sure. Yeah. And I think, so many of the restaurants now have that walk up option, and you can get on the wait list. And especially if you're running, you're up early enough, you can probably get in as just a single person too.
Right. Well, you guys are gonna have a blast. And you know what? I mean, you guys were talking about the difference between Caribbean Beach and Coronado. For an adults trip, I think it's a no-brainer to go Coronado, especially in the tower. I mean,
Yeah,
you're getting a deluxe hotel.
I think what I was telling her was, as her family gets a little older, they'll probably upgrade from Art of Animation to Caribbean.
Mhm.
So save that for when you want to use the Skyliner. When we have a car, let's do Coronado, and we can then enjoy like Three Bridges, Dahlia Lounge, all that stuff that they won't do with their kids.
That's a good call. Yeah. I didn't even think about it. Coronado's a great destination in itself for an adult's trip, because like Three Bridges, you could even go to Toledo up top. I mean, if you want to have a nice dinner, Maya Grill, like you said, the lounges. What's the Barcelona? That's a pretty place to hang out down there, just down from the lobby. It's gorgeous down there. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So we are looking forward to it for sure.
You guys know what's going on. You guys do it right every time. You guys just email me like, oh, I love you guys because you guys are a piece of cake. You guys do it right every time. Like, okay, that's what we want. Okay, boom, done. Okay, cool. Next. I appreciate you.
Yes,
guys.
yeah, we do try to make it efficient if we can. So we appreciate all your help. So thanks for answering my question, and hopefully you'll get a few more calls tonight.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. You guys stay safe and tell Michael I said hello, and have a great night up in Chicago.
Will do.
All right.
Bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All righty. 407-413-9395. 407-413-9395. Who says that people from St. Louis and Chicago cannot get along? Well, we can get along when there's no baseball. No, we have a friendly rivalry, the Cubs and the Cardinals. I'll take anything at this point. We just need baseball. I mean, I could have Cubs in Busch Stadium 162 games this year. That means we get baseball. Let's do it. I don't care. Let's go. All right. 407-413-9395. Great calls. And that is always that is the biggest conversation, I think, as far as picking a resort. It's always Coronado versus Caribbean Beach. I mean, more than any other thing, because what it ends up being is Coronado, they have the better rooms. I have to say it. Coronado's got better rooms, tower or non-tower. All the rooms at Coronado are better. The dining is better at Coronado. But what does Caribbean Beach have? It has the Skyliner. It has direct access to Hollywood Studios and Epcot, which, I mean, you just cannot beat that. You can be at those two parks in 5 minutes in the morning. Once you get into the Skyliner bucket, you might have to wait 10 minutes for a Skyliner at park opening. But as opposed to a bus, it's a huge advantage for folks that spend time in the theme parks. So that's kind of always the conversation. Caribbean Beach or Coronado, there's really no right or wrong answer. It just depends on the goal of the trip, I think. But I mean, if you have a car, Coronado does make, especially for an adult's trip, like Marcy and Michael are going on. Coronado is it's the jam, especially in the tower. It's like being in a deluxe hotel. All right, 407-413-9395. 407-413-9395. I wanted to get in one more email here that was sent in this week, and it was from listener Kevin. He says, "Hey, Mike, we just recently returned yesterday from our 9-day trip with 18 people. You made the suggestion to us about Whispering Canyon, and it was a great meal, and we all got to sit next to each other. Our girls brought several boxes of Girl Scout cookies and wanted to give them out to special cast members who either made our vacation extra special or just needed to be recognized for doing hard work. It was really cool. On our last night there, my younger daughter and I were watching Enchantment about 20 feet away from my wife and older daughter. My wife and older daughter, Emily, who's 7, saw a younger cast member just doing her job of keeping an area clear during the fireworks when a guest started berating her using inappropriate language and kept coming at her when he would leave the area she was trying to keep clear. When he walked away, my wife and daughter saw she was quite visibly shaken, and my wife and daughter knew what to do. Emily brought her over a box of cookies and said something to the effect of, "You're doing a great job." The cast member, Morgan, started crying immediately and gave Emily a big hug. It was the end of the fireworks when I came over and my wife told the story. We got to meet Morgan with a picture below, which he included. It's a beautiful picture, a lovely young woman and a true asset to the Disney family. In any case, I copied my wife on this email, and I'd love to come on the show and do a trip report. And we're going to do that sometime here soon. He says, be well, Kevin. He's from Atlanta and a member of the Disney Dads Married to Doctors Facebook group. This picture, let me just tell you something. If you need something to melt your heart, this picture's it, because it's two lovely girls, Kevin's daughters, and this cast member that was just doing her job. And we all know that cast member jobs are not always pleasant. You know, I think we always have this kind of dream to be a cast member. And I think, you know, for the most part, cast member jobs are probably pretty fun. You're working at the most magical place on earth. That's pretty cool. But there's also negatives. And sometimes we've all seen it, you know, and I think that's what we got to be careful of ourselves, is that we get frustrated sometimes when my magic band doesn't work. And I've walked all the way out to the 90s at Pop Century. Sometimes I get fired up. Like I'm just like, oh, it's raining and I have to walk all the way back with my luggage. Guess what? The cast member that I encounter for the next time, when I get back to the check-in desk at Pop Century, they're not the person that made that magic band not work. They didn't program that magic band. They had nothing to do with that. They're just there doing their job that day, trying to get by, trying to earn $1, trying to help me have a good vacation. They had nothing to do with this mistake. So don't take it out on this person. So you got to always remember that. And I know we do that. Our community is great about this. But how about that? Giving out Girl Scout cookies. For one thing, Girl Scout cookies go to a great cause. By the way, we're recording this podcast. The day we're recording and calling in live is International Women's Day, which I wholeheartedly celebrate as the dad of two wonderful young women and married to a quite remarkable woman who's an outstanding elementary school teacher, a wonderful wife, a wonderful mother. You know, and we have so many great women in our community. I get to podcast with two amazing women in Pam and Ricky. Just shout out to all the women on International Women's Day. But yeah, Morgan with his two daughters. I mean, this is the magic that is not tangible at Walt Disney World, but it is real. There's so much there's so much make-believe magic at Walt Disney World, and that's awesome. I love it. There's pixie dust and fairies and all this stuff. But this picture is absolutely real magic right there. Morgan, these two young ladies passing out Girl Scout cookies, more importantly, passing out compliments, passing out gratitude. This is what it's all about. That is so, so awesome. That's so great. All right. So we are about out of time and we're going to wrap it up here. So I appreciate you tuning in tonight for this special live call-in show on a Tuesday night. We're going to be back at it on Sunday night. Now, let me tell you about Sunday night. Sunday night, we're going to have not only your calls on all the Disney news of the week. If you have any great stories like this, I would love to hear them. You can share your stories because I love these kind of things. I wanted to throw these two in here today. But if you want to play a game, we're going to play a game called 5 in 10 Disney Style. Okay, so let me tell you about 5 in 10 Disney Style. We're going to play this game on Sunday night if you wish. And the way it works is we're going to have a timer and everything. We got this all worked out where I will give you a topic. For example, I will say, name 5 Walt Disney World deluxe resort hotels. And you will get 10 seconds to name 5 deluxe hotels. Beach Club, Yacht Club, Boardwalk, Polynesian, Contemporary. I would have just won the game because I got it in before the 10 seconds was up and I even started late. But guess what? I knew what the topic was going to be, so that wasn't that hard. If I were to miss it, it would be so sad because I knew the topic was coming up. But we're going to play 5 in 10. So if you would like to have some fun on Sunday night, it's a great way to wrap up the weekend. Not only will we be talking Disney, we're just going to add this to the mix just to have a little fun. That's what this is supposed to all be about. You can join us. Again, the show will be at the normal time, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. This Sunday night, we'll be taking your calls, Facebook and YouTube. So please do spread the word. I hope we have more people than normal. I hope we make this bigger and better than ever. So don't forget, today's show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney vacation. Please do check us out over at themagicforless.com. Use that Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our patrons who allow us to put this show out. If you'd like to join us and get Mike in the Midwest, the bonus podcast every week, come on over to patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. You can get a hold of me during the week anytime on Instagram and Twitter at BeOurGuestMike. I'd love to talk to you over there. And of course, subscribe to the show on Facebook and YouTube so you know every time we go live. Yes, it's fun. You get a little alert. Hey, guess what? The Be Our Guest podcast is live, and that's us. And Scotty G will be here Sunday night too, so you know that'll be fun. Last thing, if you wouldn't mind leaving us a rating and a review wherever you download the show, that is really, really appreciated. We're trying to hit a new kind of benchmark. We have just crushed one of our all-time goals. It's ridiculous the amount of downloads we've had, and I appreciate that so very much. But let's go for the moon. It's kind of crazy where we are, but I appreciate that very much because of your support. All right, we're going to be back again. Let's see, tomorrow on Friday. If you're checking this out on the feed, Scott talks about his Princess Half Marathon weekend trip. It's not all Run Disney, I promise you that. We talk about his stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge, why it was so special, why it was so long since he had stayed there. We have a fun conversation about that. Scott eats at the best restaurants. We talk about some of the great dining he had. We do talk about quickly the expo and how nutty that was. We also talk about how hot it was down there when he was there, the crowds, some of the traffic with more cars than normal. We get into a lot of fun Walt Disney World stuff from a couple of weeks back. So join us for tomorrow's show here on the feed. But until then, I hope that you have let's see here. I hope you have a great Thursday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.
All righty, everybody. See you later. Have a good night. Goodbye.